So, I've lived at apartment complexes before. Not the most pleasant experiences. Don't get me wrong, I had some good times at them and stuff, but when you live in the proximity of other people, and those people, even though they aren't the most aggravating all the time, they can have guests that can be aggravating. Stuff gets a little complicated. I've seen my fair share of weird stuff that has happened. As far as apartment complexes go, there could be some terrible stuff that happens too. This is an apartment horror story we're going to react to from Nightmare Files. Make sure to subscribe to him. Subscribe to me if you like reaction videos. And let's get into this one.
I live in a not so large and not so friendly block of apartments.
Okay.
Well, it's really more of a converted old Victorian house, which is now modified into 5 small apartments per block.
That's interesting.
The main door is really crappy. It still hasn't been replaced, even though the entire building has been refurbished.
Huh.
This is the case despite the landlord promising it would be done by the new year.
Of course.
Anyway,
Landlords
this
are the
door
worst,
doesn't
man.
lock when you close it.
Right.
It has to be locked manually, either by the key from the outside or by the twisty lock on the inside.
Okay.
Unfortunately, people who live around me can be, well, let's say rude.
Not rude.
And that's putting
okay.
it kindly. They're always blasting music until late,
Oh my
setting
god.
off
it
the
makes
fire
me
alarm,
crazy, bro.
which is linked in every apartment and is
How?
super loud and annoying. But most annoyingly, always,
They leave
and
the
I
door
mean
open.
always, people are leaving the main door unlocked.
That's bad stuff.
This was something more than an annoyance up until very recently,
It's a
when
security
something
issue.
truly horrific happened to me.
Uh-oh.
It was a Thursday night, and as
Right.
usual, I was getting ready for bed at around 11 p.m.
Okay.
And as usual, despite it
Neighbors
being a
will make a
weekday,
noise, huh?
one of the surrounding apartments is having a party.
Oh my god.
Again, it's the
The
weekday.
worst.
And this was
People are
annoying
the
because
worst.
who throws a party on a Thursday?
Right.
I mean, just wait for Friday. Not only that though, it's supposed to be a lockdown. So while other people can't see their own families,
Right.
me included, you get to keep everyone up. The
See,
music
what-
was noticeable,
I don't even
but
understand
not super
how they
loud
could
from
get
the
away with
comfort
that.
of my bedroom,
I
thankfully.
guess if the landlord just
So I do what I
sucked or
always
whatever,
do
but-
when I go to bed. I put on some scary stories. I chill and I try to go to sleep.
Right. I never listened
So I
to scary
finally
stories
managed
before
to
bed.
drift off at around 12 o'clock. And I'm awakened for the first time at around 2 because of the music.
All right.
So I get up and I go to the bathroom as I thought I might as well since I'm already up.
Yeah.
So being
I do
annoyed
that
and
all the time,
frustrated, I get back into bed and continue to enjoy my stories until I'm asleep.
Yeah.
I'm suddenly awoken by loud stumps coming up the stairs.
Yeah.
I live at the very top of the building, so the final staircase only leads to my door.
Right.
Now I'm more than exhausted. More exhausted than angry. So I just lie there, awake,
Uh-huh.
until I hear something that jolts my half-asleep brain fully awake.
The door?
My door being pushed open.
Oh my
Someone
god.
is actually trying to push open my door and enter my apartment without
They
my permission.
might think it's
Not hard or forcefully,
another
mind you.
place, but
Not like they were trying to break it,
right.
but they definitely were trying to gain entry.
Yeah.
Now this may be because my mind was still foggy, or that I was still so tired that I didn't care, but I just stupidly assumed that someone in a drunken stupor was trying to get into the
Yeah.
wrong place.
It happened to me before.
Maybe the party was at a different top
I mean,
floor
I
apartment, I thought.
I didn't
I
go
ignored
up to
it.
someone's door. Somebody
Even
came
when
in
it
my
happened
house
again,
because they were
I could hear scratching and
They were messed
mumbling
up.
on the other side.
drugs, alcohol, whatever.
Stupid, I know, but I really just wanted to go to sleep.
Right.
So the next morning, I woke up as normal
Yeah.
and got ready for work as I opened my door to leave. And what do I see? 2 men asleep on the floor,
The
blocking
hell?
my way, and one of them bleeding from his head. Now, I'm not judgmental, or at least I try not to be, but these men were clearly homeless.
Yo.
I mean, the smell alone told me that.
right. They got in
It
from
was
off
like
the
having a
street
ball
because
of
somebody
dirt
left the door
slapped in your
open.
face.
Right.
Not ideal for an early morning start.
No.
When I eventually got one of them to get up, the other failed to do so.
Uh-oh.
He was clearly on
died.
drugs. He was
Oh.
completely out of it.
Okay.
Thankfully for me, the man was okay.
Ooh,
I mean, I could have
know.
been rushed or anything, but he explained to me that he had been attacked and chased, so they took shelter here. So I offered to call the
Wow.
ambulance, which the men eventually accepted through a one-sided conversation of murmurs and groans. So I stepped out to get a better look at the man on
Yeah.
the ground. As I did so, the other man stepped inside of my apartment.
Oh no.
I just stared at him with our eyes locking.
Like, what are you
He
doing,
reached in
bro?
his pocket and I postured up ready to fight. He looked at the other man, and he just shook his head as if he were saying no.
Yeah.
And thankfully, he just came back out without incident.
Wow.
And I locked my door. The ambulance eventually came. I informed my landlord.
That could have been nasty, bro.
And he said that he would warn other people living there that they must keep the door locked. But of course, every morning I go to work,
dude,
the door is wide open.
Just get a
no
better door.
But the real kicker is, because that guy was bleeding and was homeless,
right?
I didn't want to clean it myself.
Well,
I had to get professional cleaners to do so. And when I asked for my landlord to chip in, he just ignored me for days.
Wow.
And when he eventually got back to me, he said it's not that big of a deal.
Blood
I
in the
ended up
carpet
paying for the
in
whole
front of
thing
my
myself.
Oh my god.
Because I just didn't feel comfortable with that being around me.
I don't know if I'd live there
I don't
anymore.
believe those men had intentions to hurt me. But what if I didn't lock my door?
Exactly.
What if they had gotten in? When people are desperate and opportunities present themselves, you really don't know what people would do.
That's right.
Two of them and one of me, asleep and alone.
There's no way.
Pretty scary when you think about it, right?
There's no way I'd be continuing to live at that apartment. This landlord would have to get his act together or her act together before I would agree to stay. First of all, you don't keep your end of the bargain. There's no lease, partner. I'll take you to court. Second of all, I'm leaving, whether you like it or not. If you want to try to get your lease break fee from me or whatever, you bring it. Call my attorney. No way. And blood on the floor? Oh, no. No telling. It could have been HIV. They homeless, you never know. Do the heck with that, or COVID now because of the lockdown. Oh man, guys, Nightmare Files. Make sure to subscribe to him. Subscribe to me if you like reaction videos too. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off, and we'll see you next time.